Doc Lisa here, the podcasting beast from the East, with the Professor John Gotti, the King of RNG, the Troll Master, the Terminator, the Cleaner, all of the above. John Gotti, how you doing, sir?
Doc told me last night, you know what, man, this game is pretty much done. Just go to sleep. Let Mr. Sandman sprinkle some dust into your eyes so you can enter dreamland. And Steeler Nation was like, Doc, hold your horses. Because Steelers going to Super Bowl. Steelers going to Super Bowl. Steelers going Super Bowl. Which is all I heard while I was listening to a live stream of Urinating Tree. Also, big shout outs to him for hitting 500,000 subscribers. So not only was he freaking out because of the game, he's also freaking out because he literally hit it. I watched it happen. I wasn't one of the 500,000 during the stream because I was already subscribed to him, but that's besides the point. What a game, Doc. What a game.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we had the unfortunate news during the game. And I was waiting until I got confirmation from a reliable source before I had to provide this news to one Doc El Idolo, our tribal chief, the Sultan of Squat, the head of the table, and Los Tranquilo, as Doc and I are sending our condolences to the friends and family of one Demarius Thomas, who passed away last night. 33, bro.
Yeah, very sad, very somber part of the evening.
The latest news was he was found passed away in his home out in Georgia. That was the last I heard this morning. So we don't know exactly what caused it just yet, but of course, as we hear more, we will let you know. But we want to send our immediate condolences before we begin our normal shtick into debate amongst friends, because that was wild.
Yeah, that I think. Well, of course, I went to sleep right before that news broke, or at least I turned all of my electronics. And that is very sad. Great player, great person. I'm sure the NFL community is definitely feeling it today. And again, we would like to wish our condolences to the Thomas family. Now, this game at that point was still, I think, 29-0. By the time I believe by the time you messaged me, based on the timeline I saw from the YouTube.
It was around the time the Steelers got their first touchdown.
Okay, yeah. So when I went to sleep, it was 26-0 or 23-0, excuse me. The Vikings had 300 yards offense. Steelers couldn't pick up anything, couldn't run the ball, couldn't pass the ball.
Nope.
Dalvin Cook had over 150 yards. It just looked like this game was over. I don't know why and how the Vikings stopped running the ball so effectively, but I mean, I don't know whether to credit the Steelers or discredit the Vikings.
Both. It's both. It's both.
But I mean, I credit the Steelers for not giving up.
It was also
scoring
too. There was a there was a taunting call that kind of led to that first touchdown, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, really? That's taunting?
Yeah, you can't look down at a person and flex. That's taunting, bro. It's taunting. You can flex. You can flex in the air. You know what I'm saying? But you can't almost half Allen Iverson someone.
I mean, if he were the Allen Iverson someone,
it was pretty close. It was pretty close. He just didn't step over him. He looked down. He flexed. Right. That's it. That's the hump in the air.
We've seen that happen, though. We saw this happen on Sunday. Like, it's not like this is the first time this has happened this year, and
I would have to see it.
not be. Oh my goodness!
You just can't do it. I mean, it's taunting.
No, and I
It's like
get
you
that,
can't do it.
but oh
You
no!
want it to be consistent.
I
I get
want
it.
it to be consistent. That's all I want.
saw it. You
All
know,
I want
it's
is
pretty close. It's pretty close.
consistency when it comes to this taunting nonsense stuff. That's it.
Like I said, if he would have just hit him and then did the little trot 5 yards away, and it would have been fine. It's just like in flag football. Like in flag football, you can curse.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't curse at another player.
Mm.
Like, it's weird. You can't curse at another player. But like if you're cursing at yourself, like, you know, dang it, oh man, I done dropped the pass, or I missed the flag, or whatever. But if you're like in somebody's face and like you're like, man, you're a piece of crap, you know what I'm saying? You throw a flag, or if you do that toward the referee, or you know whatever, like you just can't do it.
Player, you're the drizzling, and he'll get flagged real fast.
No, I don't think so. That's not what I would do. I would never do that. I would never do that. But I mean,
I got a tech yesterday just for looking. By the way, I got Rashid.
That's not true. That's not true. You know exactly why you got the tech. Why don't you knock it off? You know exactly why.
But of course, the other storyline in the game: Chase, Claypool, Doc. What's going on with this guy? Like, it's about mental errors. He got the unnecessary roughness for pointing his finger at Breland. Like, he put his finger into his helmet after a play.
No, is that taunting or unnecessary?
They called it unnecessary roughness.
Oh, wow. Again, that's one of those things. Did he poke him in the eye or something?
No. It was like
that's unnecessary. Yeah, I mean, I thought that would have been more taunting. But what do I know, right?
And then the final drive, for some reason, he caught the ball. It was a first down, and this fool decided to flex with the ball. The time is ticking, Doc. They don't got no timeouts left. I think it was like 32 seconds after the play ended, and they finally spiked the ball at 24 seconds. You don't do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's a mental error.
I'm sure Mike Tomlin will, get on him about it.
His old lineman was absolutely livid at him. Like,
I read something earlier today, and you'll probably agree. Sometimes people play too much for the name on the back of the jersey than the name on the front.
Yes, but we've known that for decades. At this point.
That's the problem. I think that's the problem with this. That's the problem with the teams that are losing. Some of the players play more for the player's name, their name on the back, than the name on the front. And Claypool, like, this is why the Steelers have a hard time keeping receivers. It's like there's always one that just has to outshine the others. Yep. Even though when you really look at it, Deontay Johnson and James Washington really, if they didn't have Claypool, those guys would be fine.
Yeah.
So he'll find himself on another team very shortly, and his decline will start just like a lot of the other Steeler receivers. But ultimately, the Vikings, won this game off of, a great Dalvin Cook experience. Kirk Cousins, another 2 picks. He was sharp. I mean, he wasn't as efficient as he was in the previous games.
One of the picks wasn't his fault.
Yeah, but honestly, they shouldn't have been throwing the ball anyway. For being honest, they shouldn't have really been throwing the ball for him to even have a pick. I would say he should have ended with 1 interception. They shouldn't have been throwing the ball for the second one. They should have been running it. I think it was one play before I went to sleep. It was 3rd and 1, and they passed it, and I was like, "What the bleep are they doing?" And then they ran a quarterback sneak and they picked it up, but. It was just some questionable play calling, but they got the win 36-28.
Yep.
Justin Jefferson had 79 yards. They didn't really go to him a lot in the second half. he did have 15 targets, which is an obscene amount of targets.
But you know what the worst
KJ
part is, though?
Osborne with a
You want me to tell you the worst part is, though? Like those both of them were still pretty catchable balls for him.
yeah, I can agree with that. I did see a few that were yeah, that definitely were
And of
catchable.
course,
He did, it
the
just
the tip pass one that led to the pick, which is the
right,
one that I don't blame Kirk
right,
Cousins for.
right. But the Vikings move on 6-7. The Steelers 6-1. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yep. Big shout
But
outs to Dalvin Cook, though,
we'll be
as you mentioned, though. 27
yeah,
rushes for 205 yards. That's
yeah,
ridiculous.
and we'll come back after these messages. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go over this week's lineup. Let's see who the Professor John Gotti predicts will win and lose playoff implicating games, rivalries, and all.
And
Johnny,
all.
Johnny, we got the Dallas Cowboys. We got the Washington football team, who I believe are on a 3-game winning streak, 4-game
Mm-hmm.
winning streak. Um, Dallas, I mean, a lot of people say they look great. I didn't think they looked that great
I didn't think they looked great
personally.
either.
The last time they met last year,
And the football
the
team's on a
football
4-game win streak.
4 game. That's right, they beat the Bucks. They were trash, by the way. The Washington football team, very average at best. It's very funny because the Cowboys have the number 1 ranked offense, which they don't play like it, but
Nope.
but the number 4th passing attack, number 7th rushing attack, 26th on defense. Ken Tyler Heineke. Taylor, is it Taylor or Tyler?
Taylor Heineke.
Taylor. Ooh, Tyler. Taylor Heineke. Ken the Heineken.
Wow.
Rain
Well, folks,
terror in
somehow
his
he managed to bring Tyler Breeze into this episode. So
will. I mean, he dominated the NFC South. Um, can he do the same in the NFC East? Can the Heineken reign supreme in the NFC? This is for their playoff birth
position.
period, I
Yep.
believe. Their birth period. Yes, they're in the hunt, we know, but this is it right here.
I'm
Who you
gonna
got?
go with the football team.
Ooh, I think the Cowboys will figure it out. I'm going to go with the Boys for the first time. Well, not for the first time, but
This is the second time for
confidently
you.
for the first
Yeah.
time. Yeah. The last time I was like, I don't know. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars 2-10 headed to Tennessee 8-4. This should be a slam dunk for the Titans.
I'm gonna go with the Jaguars. My
I
gut's
did that
telling me
last week, remember?
Jaguars. Yep.
See, I did that last week. Okay, I get it. We got the Seattle Seahawks going to Houston, which is just a dumpster fire for the last couple of years. 2-10. I think they're tanking for the proverbial Tua. I'm gonna go with Seattle.
I'm also gonna go with Seattle too, but don't be surprised if the Texans absolutely destroy the Seahawks though, because that Seahawks defense is not good.
Yeah, drizzling. We got the Las Vegas Raiders heading to Kansas City. Again, playoff implicating, right? This is it. This is the one. I'm actually going to stick with the Chiefs on this one.
This will be the best offensive game we've seen all season for the Chiefs.
Hmm. Hmm. That's a mighty strong read there, sir. That's a mighty strong read. Now, I just want people to know that the Raiders do have the 17th ranked defense, which, we'll see, right? We'll see. And actually, this is a pretty good matchup. I mean, outside of that, the Chiefs look good offensively, fifth in passing, fourth in offense total. Neither actually the Raiders are second in offense, second in passing. So that's pretty awesome, which I did not know. But
Mm-hmm.
John Guy says expect the Chiefs to light them up. We got the New Orleans Saints heading to New Jersey to play the Jets. 5-7 Saints, 3-9 Jets. Kamara's back. Ingram's out. Taysom Hill still under the center. Johnny, I. That's so rough. That's so rough.
You going Jets? Is that what I'm
32nd.
hearing?
No, I'm gonna go with the Saints. The defense just isn't there yet. 30. They're last in defense. Very, very last. Last in rushing. I think the Saints.
Don't be surprised if this game goes into overtime.
No, no.
But I'm gonna
I
go with the
love.
Saints.
It stinks because like Robert Saleh is like such a defensive, like great defensive mind. He just doesn't have the pieces just yet to
Yep.
make that Saleh run. But I'm gonna go with the Saints.
I'm gonna feel bad
We
too
got
because they're gonna end up firing him in like another year, and
no.
it's gonna stink.
No, he's gonna turn it around. I believe it. I believe he's gonna turn it around. They're gonna open up the checkbook. They're gonna do some things. He's gonna turn it around. I believe it. We got NFC South actually. We got Atlanta ahead of the Carolina. I believe this is their first or second game after Joe Brady's firing.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, I'm gonna go with Carolina because I just
I
don't know. The
I'll
Falcons just
go.
don't have that run game.
I'll go. See, it's weird because they have Cordell Patterson who does it all for them.
He's not a running back. That's the problem.
I know.
He's not a running back, and that is the
You
major
know, I'm
issue.
gonna go Falcons, but I mean, this is a trap game essentially.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that Panthers have riding for them, I mean, offensively 29th, passing 30th, rushing 16th. Their defense is what keeps them in most games. They're number
Yep.
two in defense. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, this is very bad. Definitely a trap game, but I'm gonna go with the Panthers defense. We'll see what the Falcons can do. Next game, I hope it's not a repeat of 2 or 3 weeks ago. Baltimore heading to Cleveland. Um, I'm gonna choose Baltimore.
I'm gonna go Browns.
Brownies. We got the New York Giants, who are without their potentially without their starting quarterback, heading to the Chargers, who are without their starting wide receivers,
Wait, you
among
forgot
others.
the 49ers and the Bengals, sir.
I have that at 425
That's at 1 p.m.
on NFL.com.
Hmm. I'm looking on ESPN. They have it at
Yeah, they
1
had
p.m.
that game at
Okay,
425.
maybe they switched it over and it just didn't get
Ah,
updated. Okay, please
okay.
continue.
We got the New York.
That's a scheduling issue. That's not on us.
I don't know. Yeah, unless they change it. I mean, I got the 49ers. I see it, but we got the New York Giants, who are with essentially without their quarterback, and we got the Los Angeles Chargers, who are without their starting two receivers, among others. But I'm still gonna go with the Chargers.
I am also going to go with the Chargers. Their
Giants.
defense finally showed up. Of course, the second half was what happened the second half, which is essentially what we saw
Yeah.
last night.
But again, I
And
mean, watch out for Jake Fromm. I mean, I think that he has an opportunity to, like I said, play. We might see something
we,
special, possibly.
I'm going to say something that's going to make you laugh. We may see another four-pick game.
Yikes. We got the Detroit Lions 110-1 versus the Denver Broncos 6-6. I'm going to go with the Broncos.
The honeymoon's over, folks.
It is.
Everyone was so high and so happy for the Lions. But, folks, it was so nice they're going to do it twice. I'm going with
Wow.
the
He's got the
Lions.
Lions. That's awesome. I like it. I like it. Now, the aforementioned San Francisco 49ers 6-6 versus the Cincinnati Bengals at 7-5.
This is going to be a
I
really good game.
It is going to be a good game. I'm probably going to choose the Bengals.
I'm also going to go with the Bengals as well.
Boom. Another 425 game. We have the Buffalo Bills, who are leaving the cold weather and heading to the sunny side of Florida and Tampa. We got the 7-5 Buffalo Bills. We got the 9-3 Bucks. Let's see who John Gotti chooses.
I'm going with the Buccaneers.
What? What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. I'm dead serious, actually.
The Bills have the number 11 offense, number 1 defense, number 8 in passing, number 13 in rushing, versus the number 2 offense, the number 9 defense, and the number 1 passing offense in the league. 25th in rushing, Johnny. 25th in rushing.
I'm just
And you're
going with the
going with the
Bucks.
Bills. You're going with the Bucks.
Wow,
Last
you
time
trying to
these
change my answer. Wow, he tried to put words in my mouth, folks.
last time these two teams met, October 21st, 2017. Bucks lost 27-30. Obviously, that was before the Goatee, the righty, Thomas Edward Brady joining the
Well, I mean,
Buccaneers,
James is also a righty, but I get what you're saying.
the real righty,
Dang.
the real righty. I also will go with the Bucks, despite the fact that I'm terrified of
Nope, nope, because
Stephon
you already jinxed
Diggs.
it by changing my answer to the
No,
Bills.
no, 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 no. I was an accident. It was a Freudian. It was just like
It wasn't,
them
folks.
changing the schedule. Them changing the schedule.
He
Right? It's the
wanted
same
me to
thing.
say the Bills. He needed
No,
me
no,
to
no,
say the Bills.
no, no. It's fine. It's completely fine.
And if and
But
if
no,
this and if all of a sudden something really really wrong happened, he knows I'm going to be texting him saying you caused this.
no, I didn't. I didn't. It was an accident.
It
Um,
wasn't an accident.
Bills, Bucks. They start with a B. I mean, we're talking about one vowel off. I mean,
Nope.
come on, give me a
Nope.
break here.
Nope.
Things happen. But I think the Bucks will win. It'll be close. It'll probably be that 3-point game. We have to see what Buffalo team shows up. Um, I think a lot of times, again, people play their best football against Tom. It's not against the Bucks. It's against Tom. They'll be coming after Tom without question.
Absolutely.
Uh, the one thing about what we saw from the New England game is that the Buffalo Bills, their rush defense is going to be hungry, which means they may give up more in the pass. This is where you mentioned last week where Tre'Davious White is out. This could come into play, but we'll have to wait and see. We both got the Bucks winning. Sunday night, we got the Chicago Bears headed to lose to the Green Bay Packers.
There you go. That's exactly
Yeah.
where I was going to go with too.
Okay. So then it will come back for the Monday night
Okay.
game.
Literally, this whole week has been questions about Aaron Rodgers saying that he owns the Chicago Bears.
I don't think it matters, even if
No, 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 no. That was the narrative.
he said, does he regret it? No, he doesn't.
No, of course not. I wouldn't regret saying something like that too.
Yeah, but even if they put in the backup, I think it still would be the same. They're a solid team, and we'll have to wait and see. I'd say Buffalo and Tampa, San Francisco versus Cincinnati, the Raiders versus the Chiefs, and the Cowboys versus Washington probably will be the better games of the weekend. Um, we'll see exactly what happens. I didn't expect Pittsburgh and Minnesota to go that deep. But
But any given Sunday, any given week,
any
anything is possible.
any given Thursday, the Vikings are gonna Viking. But Johnny, I know that people heard this podcast on their favorite podcast platform, but if they didn't, they can always go to our website at www.debateamongstfriends.com to review this episode as well as all the previous. Be sure to tune in Monday as we go over these games as well as Monday Night Football. But we're going to give you the news, the analysis, and the reads.